16th office is a notorious Gestapo-like organization whose assignment is to persecute Falun Gong practitioners, especially because it's organized on June the 10th, 1999. So it's called the 16th office. The 16th office and the secret agent and the police of Communist Party persecuted Falun Gong practitioners in mainland China. They conducted many crimes against the basic human rights of the Falun Gong practitioners. After that, I decided to go abroad, especially to go America, to tell people my truth story and to let people know, let more people know the persecution of Falun Gong in mainland China. So I started hard, and at last I got a scholarship. Fortunately, at last I can came here and stand here to tell my story to more people, to let more people know the truth of persecution, which CCP tried to cover, to hide, because CCP want to pretend to be a good government or something like that. In fact, even recently, or even this year or last year, the arrest of Falun Gong, the case of arresting Falun Gong practitioners even increased. Just before the Olympic Games 2008, over 8,000 cases of arresting Falun Gong practitioners happened in mainland China. Over 10 practitioners were even tortured to death after they arrested. There's a famous singer in Beijing called Yu Zhou. He and his wife were arrested at the New Year, at the Chinese New Year 2008, and after 10 days, he was arrested. Then he was persecuted to death. It's a very sad story. His wife was sentenced to 5 years imprisonment. Now this year, for example, the October the 1st is a National Day of the CCP, and before that, even more practitioners, Falun Gong practitioners, were arrested because of their belief, because CCP wants to so-called clean up the environment for their ceremony of the 60th anniversary of the regime. But it's very sad and it's very sad for the Falun Gong practitioners and other people who were oppressed by the communist regime. I would like to talk to you that today, even till now, over 20 my schoolmates in Tsinghua University are still in CCP's prison till now. They were sentenced to longer term than me, so they haven't been released yet. One of my classmates named Wang Xin, he is still in prison, Liaoning prison in China. He was sentenced to 9 years imprisonment. His mother, because of he missed his son so much, his mother died at the beginning of 2005. It's a so sad story. And one of the undergraduate girl, Tsinghua University, was sentenced to, named Liu Zhimei, was sentenced to 12 years imprisonment. He sometimes he became mental disoriented, and when his mother know daughter was sentenced to 12 years prison, imprisonment. Her mother also, her mother's mentality also collapsed. One of my schoolmates came from the same department of me, named Wang Weiyu, an excellent PhD student of Tsinghua University, was sentenced to 8 years. Wang Weiyu is a very excellent PhD student. He got a lot of awards, the research award or something like that, and he also a very good person. And he was sentenced to 8 years. Till now, he is still in prison, and his wife is also wanted by the secret agent. So till now, his wife Xiaoqing is also homeless for over 7 years, a long time. She can't go back home.
Can you go back?
No, she can't go home because she is also wanted by the secret agent because she is also a Falun Gong practitioner. She is now homeless. I mean, the Wang Wei's wife, Xiaoqing.
What about Hui? What about you? If you go back now, you'd be in trouble because you're speaking out.
Yeah,
here.
sure. For me, I can't go back China because I published some articles and accepted the interview by the Western media, so I can't go back China.